Okay, I'm back for the next step. It's now 1877, and things are progressing well. I am going to pause the game for a second. As you can see, in 1876, I earned $725,000, and that was before my oil route was even at full capacity, almost there, but it wasn't quite. Previous year, I lost a little bit money. The year before that, 1874, was when I built a new track, so with those huge capital outlays, overall I lost a lot of money. However, I'll earn that back quickly. I've already paid back $1 million in loans, and I've reduced my interest from, have I done 3? Let's see, 26. Nope. Paid back 2 sets of loans, and what I need to do now is start optimizing everything that's going on. The first thing is, with building the bridge here and having a 440 American hauling 10 cars, this little bit of a grade that the bridge is providing is really slowing down my train. As he leaves the farm, he's just getting close to full speed, and he hits this little hill and slows down a lot. Same thing the other way. He's just reaching full speed, he hits the bridge, and he slows down. The 260 Mogul isn't due out for another 8 years, I believe. And so as he pulls into the station, I'm just going to upgrade him to the 280, whatever that's called. I think it's a Baldwin. And so that's what I'm going to do right now. You get to see me do that this time, and then I won't show you it again because you've seen it twice. Slow down. Get ready. As soon as his cargo drops to 0, send him to the depot. And with the cash coming in on this load of cargo, I'll have more than enough money to upgrade him. That shouldn't be a problem. We're going to start offloading. As soon as he hits 0. Oops, did it a little bit too soon, just to show you what happens. You notice how there was like 5 or 6 or 7 left, and it automatically dumped. Oh my god, we spilled some grain. We spilled some food out on the side of the depot. I just lost it. I don't get compensated for that. It disappeared. As soon as we get here. Now I will say, since I already get paid for it here in this section, maybe I did get that money because they already paid me for it. But if I would have sent him to depot out here or something, bam, kick it off the train, and it's gone. I want to sell my American, buy my 280 Baldwin class 56, and I'm not going to change the number of cargo cars, because that's pretty well locked in with Omaha's current demand. Put him back on line 2, and now as he goes over the bridge, he'll still slow down, but it won't be as severe, and he'll probably still remain faster. Even going over the bridge, he'll be faster than the 440 was doing back in this area. So, next thing is, how are my trucks doing over here? So I'm going to keep train 1 open just because I want to see how fast he gets going as he goes over the bridge. It'll still slow him down, not as much. And I also want to watch, coming back with almost a full fuel load, I want to start looking at how my trucks are doing over here. So he's up to 27, 29. He maxes out at 37. He's getting up to 32, 33, and he starts going up the grade. He starts slowing down a little bit. But he's reaching the top of the bridge. He's at 27, 28. Even at his slowest, he's pretty much stayed at the top speed of the 440 anyway. So I'm moving the same amount of freight, but moving it a lot faster. Just want to show you one little curiosity here. If you go in here and look at the Baldwin, it says its top speed is 37. But yet time after time after time, you'll see it go 38 on the line. So I don't know where the little discrepancy is, but just be aware the top speed of the 280 Baldwin class 56 is 38, not 37 as posted. And because there is a little short break in the line here, he's not quite at full cargo. That'll return back to full next trip most likely. And now we need to optimize this, see how he's doing, and then we will take another break and let ramp up money. I have a lot of money over here. I'm going to pay back loans while we wait. There's 2 loans paid off. I'm down to 2.7. And you can see it really drop off. I went from 118 to 92. This year, if I don't pay off any more loans, which I probably won't because we're getting close to December, this will go down another 26,000, and I'll be down around paying off 66 in interest most likely. Ooh, I get to do one more. Do that. That'll be even less. And it's October. He's going to hit the station before. Maybe I'll get another loan paid off. Most likely, I'm a little bit in the red. Probably not. It'll be close. We'll see. If I see it turn green, I'm going to press the button. I don't care what number it is. If it's over 500,000, I'm going to pay it off. And it won't be. Nope. Okay. That'll be good though. I just took out probably $40,000 in interest I took out. Now think about it this way. This was $118,000 at its peak. $118,000 every year goes to the bank and generates no money at all for me. Nothing. It's wasted money. To be sure, it was money that on the loan I used to produce things that make money for me, but it's better to pay this off than just to build a bunch of money sitting in a bank somewhere, because the money I have in the bank that's positive here, it doesn't generate interest. The bank's not paying me interest on it, so I'm better off, better served to pay back loans and reduce the interest I'm paying to the bank than have it sit as my money in the bank and not generate any income for me at all. So every time I get a chance, I'm paying it back. Think about it this way. I had $118,000 of loans per year. Every decade, every 10 years, that was $1,180,000. I still have basically 12 decades left until 2000, which is my goal to hit $1 billion. So if I would let that interest just ride out that whole time, I will have thrown away over $12 million. Now that may not seem like much when we're talking $1 billion, but when you go for the $1 billion, sometimes you make it with lots of room to spare. Sometimes you just barely inch across the finish lines, and sometimes you don't reach it. So that $12 million I could save by paying up back my loans could come into play in terms of whether I reach my financial goals or not in the time period I have allotted. Pay back your interest when you can. And if you have to in the future, just take a loan out again. In that period between when you paid it back and when you took out another loan, the profit was all yours and it didn't go to the bank. Don't give money to the bank for no reason. Not that banks are bad, but money serves you better than it serves them. And now you can see last year I was up to almost $1 million profit. Preceding year, $819,000. And I had a little dip this year. And this year when I upgraded my train, the food train wasn't running full capacity. So I'm tending to think I'm going to be more toward $1 million. And then we'll see that every other year, every third year where my food train doesn't get the extra leg. I don't know how that's going to play out here, but that'll be the same thing. Either every third or fourth year it'll get an extra leg, or every third or fourth year it'll be missing an extra leg, and that'll adjust the annual income. We're in December and I'm over $1 million, so we'll see how this works. It looks like overall, an average year, I'm going to be profiting about $1 million on the current setup, which is really cool. I'm going to pay back another loan. Now I'm down to only $700. Most likely, at some point in 1880, I will be debt-free. And all the money I make will be mine to keep and cherish and roll around in and count to my heart's content until I have enough that I add my next step in my empire expansion and put something else online. Because another thing that you really want to pay attention to, more experienced players know this. New players sometimes overlook it. Money in the bank, it's not earning interest, as I already said. Money in the bank doesn't help me. I have to spend money to earn money. So if I let this build up to $100 million right now and think, well, wow, I'm a tenth of the way there, cool, I'm wasting time. I only have 120 years till I have to reach my $1 billion goal. Building up a whole surplus of money over here doesn't help me do it, and now I'm interest free. As I get in enough money, or almost enough money, to add on an additional line, I want to do it right then. Don't wait another 10 years, do it right away, because the more lines I have up generating profit, the more money I make, and it just compounds itself to where every time I add a new profitable line, I'm increasing the odds of me reaching $1 billion. Where if I take 10 or 20 years and build up 100 million, 200 million, yeah, I'm reaching my goal, but I'm making it harder for me to get there. Because now I have to build more lines, and I just wasted 10 years without increasing my profit. My profit generating ability. I want to constantly, as fast as possible, expand my ability for my financial empire to generate additional revenue. And I have to do that consistently until I know I'm going to hit that $1 billion. And we'll look a little bit more on that as we go through. So for now, I'm going to say adieu, auf Wiedersehen, and goodbye, and I'll be back in several years. I'll probably wait until I have 2 or 3 million in the bank, because I no longer have interest to pay off. That'll happen rather quickly. I'm making $1 million a year. And then I'll have my next line scouted out, and I'll add another line to the system.